Welcome back, children. So today we will learn about friction. Now tell me, what will happen when you roll a ball on the ground? What will happen? Does it keep on rolling continuously without stopping? You will say no. After some time it will stop. Now question is, why will the ball stop after some time? You will say that, well, it is because of friction. That means in last chapter, force, you have studied about frictional force. So force of friction or frictional force is a force which opposes motion. Clear? It opposes motion, and when it opposes motion, it results in decreasing the speed of the moving body. And as the speed goes on decrease further, it comes to rest. So we will say that frictional force is a type of contact force which acts between the surfaces of two bodies and results in opposing the motion of the body on the other surface. Now for example, see, if this is the ground, if this is the ball, then as the ball moves, here frictional force acts between these two surfaces, the surface of contact between the ball and the ground, in a direction opposite to it. This is force of friction. So this, in this direction, this is the direction of motion. And force of friction acts between these two surfaces in the opposite direction, and ultimately the ball will stop. So frictional force is called as a necessary evil. This I will come later. But first of all, let me explain you what is the reason of this frictional force. Now supposing if this is a table, a book is kept on the table. Now the book is at rest, right? The book is at rest. Now what is the reason? The book is at rest because there is some friction between the surface, the lower surface of the book and the surface of the table. Now if you look at the surface of the table with your naked eye, it will appear really smooth. But if you look at the surface with the help of a microscope, you will find that the surface is not smooth, rather it is very rough. How it will appear? Then this surface of the table will appear in this way. This is the surface of the table as it is looked by a microscope. Similarly, the surface of the book will also have such type of irregularities. Elevations and depressions will be there. Then the depressions and elevations of the surface of the book will enter the depressions present on the surface of the table. So in this way, the surface of the book will enter, this is the book, and this is the surface of the table. Are you understanding? So this is the surface of the book, and this is the surface of the table. Clear? So these are depressions and elevations which are getting interlocked. So what is happening? Interlocking of the two surfaces occur. And because of this interlocking of the two surfaces occur in this way, it gets interlocked in this way, this results in friction. Did you understand? So friction actually is because of the interlocking of the surfaces in contact with each other. The surface, the projections in the surface of the book will enter the depressions in the surface of the table, and thus they will interlock with each other. And that is why if you apply a small force on this book, very small force, you will not be able to move the book. Did you understand? If you apply a small force on this book, you will not be able to move the book for that reason. That means the force of friction in this case will become higher than the force which you are applying on the book. So you can understand? So this is how force of friction comes into play. Did you understand, children? So next we will go through the various types of frictional force in our next class. Thank you.